Man woke up and found an X on his forehead. No matter how much the man washed it, he couldn't get the symbol off. He asks his wife, "Can you help me? Is there something on my forehead?" His wife looked closely and she found nothing. She tells her husband the result. The man thought she was playing a trick on him. He goes after her again and asks. The wife still tells him nothing. She tells him to get to work. On the underground, the man looks into the window. He finds the X still on his forehead. He had to protect it with a handkerchief. Upon entering the office, he asked his colleagues. The colleague also said he couldn't see it. This struck him as unbelievable because his wife could not have to play a trick on herself with a colleague. He went to the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and noticed that the X color seems to have become more pronounced. When he gets home in the evening, the man slumps down on the dining table in disappointment. When he saw his daughter, he asked her, "Can't you see something on my forehead?" Daughter approaches with curiosity. After a closer look, told him there was nothing. The man is helpless. He had a feeling that something was going to happen. His wife comes to his side to comfort him, telling him not to think too much. But everyone around him says they can't see. He feels badly. He wondered if there was something wrong with his head. He quietly went to the hospital to have his head examined thoroughly, but the film showed that everything was fine. He rushed to get his hair out of his hand, but the doctor was 0.01 centimeters away from him. After a closer look, he says, "I see that your hairline has moved up a bit." The man is disappointed and goes back, but when he was in the lift, he noticed that a man opposite him. He had an X on his forehead like his own. The two of them ran down the lift excitedly, like brothers who hadn't seen each other for years. They laughed and shook hands. They had a dinner date. The man rushes to ask him, "What does the X mean exactly?" The man on the other side of the table had to tell him. He had heard that if an X appeared on a person's head, means death, which means that your life is coming to the end of your life, and that only two people of the same degree can see it. When a man hears it, he feels like he's going to stop his heart, but he didn't believe it was true. But a few days later, the man is lying on the sofa watching TV. Suddenly the news reported a famous painter had died after a long illness. The TV also happens to be showing a video of the painter's speech before he died. When the man saw it, he was so shocked. He sat up straight from the sofa. He noticed that the painter also had an X on his forehead. He picked up the phone, took out the card of the man he had met the other day. He wanted to talk to him about what to do, but when he called, the person who answered the phone was his wife. Wells told him her husband had just died the day before yesterday. The man was now completely confused.